guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be telling you guys about my story, who I am, how I got my depression and anxiety, and how I deal with it. So let's just jump right into it. I got depression at a young age. I would say elementary I did. I didn't have a good childhood, and I think that's where most of my depression came from. When I was younger, my mom and my dad were both drug addicts. You would see them be high. My dad did get clean. My mom, on the other hand, did not. She was a drug addict for the longest time. Even when we grew up, she was still a drug addict. When we were in elementary, Mom was in and out of prison most of the time. So when I wanted to see my mom, I would have to visit her behind a glass and a payphone to talk to her. And when you're young, you really don't know what's happening or what's really going on. And then I remember getting evicted from apartments, moving from house to house with other people, or one of my good friends from elementary would take us in because we had nowhere to stay. So when I would say in middle school was really tough for me, I think I got more depression in middle school because I would get bullied. I remember getting shoved into a locker a couple times, or when kids would walk down the hallway, they would hit my books out of my hands. I would get called four eyes, you're ugly, and I just got bullied. I would get made fun of basically every day in middle school. After middle school, I went to high school. When I got out of freshman, that's when I started really going downhill as a person. I started drinking, I started doing drugs, I started skipping school. Eventually I dropped out of school because I was like, I'm not getting bullied again. There's no point in me. There's no future in front of me. That's how I felt. I felt alone. I felt like I wasn't going to make it anymore. That's when I really started partying really hard. I was drinking for the wrong reasons. I basically wanted to black out all the time and forget everything. I would do drugs, just marijuana, but I felt like the drinking took more of the pain away than the highness did, so I just kept going with drinking. There's a couple of times where I had the point where I would black out and don't remember and wake up in the morning and would just want to feel like I was alone and just I had nobody. Then that's when I met Shane, the father of our kids. I would say probably around 19, 20. And I kind of stopped drinking like hardcore. I stopped doing drugs. I started hanging out with him and everything, and it ended up where we got pregnant. And I did not want to have kids in my life. I'm going to be straight blunt here. I didn't want to be a mom. I didn't want kids. And then when I found out I was pregnant, I think that was more of a shock for me because I wanted to be a better mom than my mom was, and I was scared that I wasn't going to be able to be a good mom. And then we stayed together, and then we talked about having our second child, Kian. And I was fine. And then we ended up having our third child, which is Raylan. And after I had Raylan, I got hit with postpartum depression. And then that's when I really went downhill. I went to go get postpartum depression pills, and then I took them for about 6 months, and I felt better. So I just quit cold turkey, stopped taking them. I just stopped taking them, and that was my number one mistake. That's when I really went downhill, and my depression came back twice as harder than when I first got it. That's when I started to really act out. I started going out to the bars. I started wanting to drink a lot more and just get drunk for no reason. I wanted to basically start arguments with my kid's father for no reason. That one night I know that I did try to commit suicide. That's when I actually noticed when I needed the help I needed. That's when I called my kid's father and told him I need to go get help. I want to turn myself into a facility to get the extra help. We called a couple of them and we finally picked one of them, and I went in for 5 days straight. I was basically locked down for 5 days straight. They taught us skills to learn. They taught us how to deal with our depression and anxiety. They taught us where it came from or what's really triggering it. And to be honest, deep down, I am so thankful that I did go into the facility to get the extra help I needed, because I can feel so much weight lifted off my shoulder. I am not scared to tell anybody I got the help I needed, because you shouldn't be scared of who you are. You shouldn't be scared of if you have depression and anxiety. There's so many people out there that deal with this, that we could all come together and tell our stories and feel love from each other and stuff like that. That's what I'm trying to do here, is tell people you're not alone. It's okay. You know, no matter where your life takes you, your future can be better. If you want to turn your life around, you can. I am been turning my life around for 6 months now. It's been 6 months since I've been out of the facility, and so many people can tell a difference. I can tell a difference. I know my kids can tell a difference. And for my own 3 kids to tell a difference, that's really is the most important thing to me right now, is to be that good parent and for my kids to see me for who I am. And I'm not willing nothing to come in my way or to stop me. I will go through any obstacle course I have to do for my kids to give them the life that I didn't have. That's what I'm doing as a mother. And I will tell you, me being 28 with 3 young kids on our own, paying the bills and all that other stuff, trying to fill my dream, I'm doing a hell good job of it. I am the only one that needs to keep patting myself on the back, because you, as a person that has depression and anxiety, doesn't ever believe in yourself. And for me to actually start believing myself and trying to do this, it's incredible. It's incredible for me. You know, you have that good feeling into you, and I want to start telling people to always never give up on anything you want to do. I don't care if you had shitty life and depression and anxiety. Don't let anything get in your way. And like I'm going to say on every video, love yourself always and forever.